subscribe to that channel.
了解シャツファイヤーバードスターまさか
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So I've played Yamato a couple weeks in a row now. I'm looking for something new to try out. Because I haven't had a chance to get all my trades in, I'm just going back to old reliable Crocodile for a week. So this list here that I have up on the screen is pretty similar to what I've been running for a good while now. There's one card that I wanted to try going into the new meta, and that is this one of promo teach, just as a one of, just as a real test. But this one is quite strong against what's it called? Several leaders in this format who have redirect abilities. Being able to turn off their redirect ability, as long as this is a first swing for the turn, can be pretty useful. Also good against black or blue yellow Nami, makes it to where they can't go to 7k. Also turns off all their blockers. There's a lot of little things to like about it. Just a one of though, because it is a 10 cost brick. Luckily with Crocodile you can still use your Croc ability on a Croc for the turn. So you can still get at least one freeze, but the turn that you play it, you are pretty much not doing anything else and kind of leaving yourself open. So I'm thinking you will only ever be able to play the first one. And I use the slot that I use for it is just one of these Luffy's. I find that the 4 is usually not necessary with this deck, so that is where I am working with that. Without any further to do, let's hop into it. Alright, our first matchup here we have is against blue-green Luffy. They've opted to go second. I think that I will mulligan this. I think I can try for better. We end up not finding better. We actually find quite a bit worse here. So we have to pass here. Hopefully we can get something out of our life or on our draws here to help get us out of this. This is something. Choose an enemy stage. We don't have one. Then we have to use this. I'm gonna grab Mr. 5 just because if I don't have anything else, I'm not gonna attack or not gonna play anything. We'll pass back. Definitely not great. We will want to take this first hit just because we need to find something to play. We'll take no trigger. Okay, Dazbones isn't bad, but not gonna be great here. He is going with a 5 here. This one I will counter. So this is, if this finds me Bonclay, we're great. Okay, it does not. So we're gonna end up just having to swing at this. Mr. 3. We're just gonna pass. He wants to use this as whatever protection anyways. So we're not necessarily in a big rush to deal with it. But definitely feeling the air in this deck when you don't find your 1-drops for kind of churning. Yeah, we'll have to see. This is gonna be interesting because our opponent is on only a few cards here. We're gonna have to take this one. Okay, so that helps. I'm actually gonna play this out because I can use it with the Dazbones to try to work on clearing something. I think I'm just gonna take 2k here. I don't think I'm gonna have time for Miss All Sunday. We're gonna rest you. We are gonna mill, and then we're gonna play out. You, rest you. Let's go 6 at him first. Get a blocker. We're just gonna go 6 and 6 at it. Opponent's really low on cards. And then we're gonna go 6 again. Okay, they give me the blocker here. Are they also gonna give me a card? They do. Okay. Interesting choices here. And now I'm kind of regretting the not grabbing the Miss All Sunday, although we still haven't seen Monclay, which is kind of rough. Let's do the Mr. 5. Okay, can't attack. I knew that was going to come through eventually. Daz Bones. I imagine they're going to get pretty aggressive this turn. It'll be interesting to see how this works. I think the Luffy is going to be good here. We need to get a little bit more cards in trash first. But I do think it will be helpful. 7 here. Yeah, I think I have to counter here because they're not going to get smaller, I don't think. I got a lot of Dawn up and he's not doing anything with. Gonna play a Boa maybe? And then 5-6. I'm not sure. I haven't played enough green-blue to know what their plan is from this point. 5 cards in hand isn't a ton, but they have me kind of on the ropes without any ability to swing. I think I'm probably going to have to do Crocodile to double freeze before I play out the Luffy. Just because I'm not quite able to connect up the dots, essentially. The patchwork might be important to get a triple freeze. And there's Jinbei. So it feels like they're setting up for the event. Because I feel like you wouldn't play out the 2K if you were not setting up for the event. But we'll see. These two can't attack yet. We have 3 more attacks that we can get peppered with here. Gotta take this one. Unfortunately, now we're hitting too many events. So we're gonna end up lower than we'd like. If they swing a 9 here, which I think a 6, we can counter. They may hold up 1. That may be what they're angling for. Oh, interesting. So they don't end up going any further. So I am going to do this here. If they want to give me the free block, then that's just okay. But I do kind of just want to get this. Okay, yeah, they do that. I don't think I can afford to do too much else. So let's target you. Miltu. We will trash a patchwork. I don't think I would have time for patchwork here. Draw and pass the turn here. That does shut off potentially 4 attacks from the event turn, which is great. And we have the ground death up here. Next turn we'll be able to play the Luffy and the other ground death, and even a Valentine, and then just try to clear board, because I don't think we can do a whole lot here. 7. I don't remember how much the event costs. I think I am going to give up 2K, 1K here. Maybe a boa comes down here. Opponent's really tanking on this one. I'm definitely not in a healthy position. I feel like the math is pretty straightforward at this point to just try to squeeze cards out of my hand. They're tanking pretty good. $5K. No, I don't think I can realistically let that through. Not with 2 more attacks. And a lot more Dawn. 6K. I'm gonna take this one. Yeah, there comes the event. I figured that was what was coming. 7K, we will give the ground death now. Because we know that's the biggest swing they have. And then 6s, which we also can't get out of. We have a 1K and a brick here. But I do have them spooked now. Yeah, okay. So if they go, that would be 6, 7. If we go 6 and then 7, then we will lose, because even if this is a 2K, we won't be able to get out of the 7. Let's see if they have the sense to catch that. Oh, they just pass. Okay. Interesting choice there on the pass. They want to set up for next turn. So we're definitely going to have to use... I don't even think we go at board here. I think that we just force them to invest. And now we can go... yeah, we can go at board now. And we want to target you. We're gonna trash you. We're gonna freeze you first. Then what do we have options here? We do have a blocker, so that's useful. Grabbing blocker, searcher. Wow, here's all my bone clays all the way at the bottom. Here we're just gonna grab as much counter as we can. And we pass here. That's the best we can do. Blocker, ground death, and a little bit of counter. Let's see. I think our opponent should be able to get there from here. But we'll see if we did it here. Unfortunately, we won't be able to kill them on our turn, so we would have to survive another turn after this. 8K is easy ground death. Definitely ground death, that one. If it was a 9, then I would probably block. But an 8K, it's too tempting to not use the ground death. Let's see. They're tanking. Tank, tank, tank. it's hard to fill the space in this video because I don't know well enough what their deck does on the decision side. I can see what it does on the action side, but on the decision side it's hard for me to tell and kind of predict what they're doing. 7 Dawn is enough for Boa, if they have Boa. And now I actually can look at the event. The event is another 7 Dawn. Alright, so they could consider doing a 6. The event, restand to... Okay, they're just going to go to freeze Croc. Which I don't think matters that much. They have 2 pretty decently sized swings here. Depending on what they want to do. They're playing out another buggy. Interesting choice there. And another prisoners. A 6 here. We can't realistically take, so we are going to go ahead and get back a 2K. So let's start with a 6-hit buggy. And giving that guy blocker. They have the option to do it twice even. Oh, it looks like they used both. And then we'll do another 6-hit buggy. And then we'll do an 8-hit buggy. They do let it go. We have to use our leader ability here. We're not going to mill this time. We're going to freeze the... Which one's bigger? They're both the same. So let's just freeze you. And then I guess we... 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for a 7 at least. We're not doing anything else with this. And we'll have to pass there. Oh, they're hitting a trigger as well. I'll pass here. So yeah, this game took a while to get there, but I think our opponent is finally going to finish it out with this turn, and we'll just have to deal with that. But definitely a rough start, fueled by just not having enough of the cheap characters. Let's make sure our opponent doesn't flub it here. They have to swing over a 7 here on this next swing, or they're not going to have it. Okay, Jinbei, restand 2. Okay, well, they flubbed it. If they have the event, then it's over too, but we take here, because we have to. Yep, there's the event. Alright, so they get it here, just one number of swings. Yeah, they definitely took the hard road for this matchup. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. Hopefully we get a better deck distribution this time. Ooh, we have Black Yamato. They've opted to go second. I think I can keep this. I have my Searcher, which is usually the most important card for making it work. Go ahead and grab Disappointed, because we'll need to keep digging to get there. They do find their Searcher as well. Alright, Alright, so they have one of the cards they want in the yard. We'll grab another searcher, and then we'll grab bone clay, and then we can swing a 6 at our opponent. One card short from ground death being active. On our next turn, it looks like we are set up for just a double finger. And double finger can be pretty good. It makes for a good tempo against I'm just gonna actually counter here, because this is one that I'm gonna get away with for free pretty much. Yeah, I figured that the Kinemon was coming. Let's see, have they found a Yamato? They have the event. What do they get off their first search? Oh yes, they have their Yamato. So we know that that's coming this turn. What we can do is 5. Expect a counter here. Got a bunch of cards. You don't need more. Deciding what to counter with. Yep. And then bone clay. Mildew. Do I want to swing it in? No, I don't think I do. I think I'm just going to grab Zala and hold up the ground death, because I think the ground death can be pretty useful here. They are getting just an 8k here. They're regular swings and then an 8k. And we can get out of the 8k with one. I'm actually going to counter here. It's a clean counter. Well, yeah, let's take the 8k then. We do need to find something, so maybe it was incorrect to dig so deep here. I guess we do get to play out this Luffy, which will be pretty good for us. So there's definitely not a board control matchup, I don't think. They're going to be pushing hard on us. We're going to have to use Luffy here to leverage as much out of our opponent as we can. 14 cards. Oh, I should use leader ability on one of these Valentines. Next turn we will get to leader ability and freeze one of their Yamatos though. This one we'll take. Yeah, we'll use this trigger. We don't need the searcher anymore. 16 cards in trash. 6, this is definitely a counter. Let's see what they do. 9. Yeah, you can have that. I think my Crocodile and Luffy are going to be enough to really shift this game in my favor. Here comes the Chains event. So we have to counter the 5 and then take the 8. We can even triple freeze this turn. But we'll see if that is the correct line once we get into it. But yeah, but definitely missed an opportunity on the previous turn to burn one of these for some extra cards to get this Luffy online earlier. What we need now is to try to chain Luffy's, or crocodiles. Alright, So start out with a 5. And then a 9. And then freeze. Yeah, I think it was correct to just triple freeze here. I will mill. We will trash the disappointed. Freeze here, and then patchwork here. And then pass. This very effectively negates Momonosuke plays. They realistically only get like one swing unless they want to invest a bunch of their Dawn and leave up no defenses. And then we get a nice set of swings before going into All Sunday, potentially going again into our big swings here. Depending on how much pressure we can put on their life too, we might be able to get the cards out of their hand to clear one of these Yamatos and then freeze the other as well. So I think insofar as we have a position, this is one of the better ones we could find ourselves in. Obviously it's always great to have a Miss All Sunday earlier in the game, but we're not so lucky. I think the big difference between Yamato and Crocodile is that this is only a 6-Dawn play. Oh, interesting choice here. We cannot protect this. All right, yeah, we'll let that go. Here we'll just go 5. Yeah, I figured. I think we just ignore. Oh no, we can do. Do we have the right pieces for? Yeah, we have Wednesday in the trash. So let's do Sunday. Let's get back Bonclay and Miss Wednesday. We will. Wait. We can't do both. How do we want to play this? Do we let the other Yamato swing for a turn? I think we can let the other Yamato swing for a turn because we can spin this into a blocker. Potentially. Okay, we'll grab you, then minus, and then we can swing into 10 into 5. We should have even gone harder into 5, if we're being honest. Yeah, we get that off the board. And then we pass there. This is a 2K for sure. $1K. Losing the Luffy was painful, but I didn't catch that line for my opponent. Should have thought about it. Let's see. Yamato. We have another 5K. Are they gonna get back the unblockable one? Oh, they do. And we can use ground death. Take here. No trigger here. Ooh, that's very nice. So we can do 5 at lead. Let's see how they want to play it. Because I think we want to clear Kinemon and then freeze. Yeah, so now we can go at Kinemon. They can't use the event to protect Kinemon. We go 10 lead. We do... we are going to not mill. Gonna trash... Ooh, I forgot about the trash. Trash patchwork. Freezing you. Ooh, we can even play the blocker. The blocker doesn't do anything here. I think we just do all Sunday. Getting back... the Bon Clay. And do we get back the Searcher? We probably do get back the Searcher. Just to give us another card. We can grab Ground Death here. And we pass there. Alright, so are they going to go for double unblockable swings? I think we can get out of that, depending on how they want to do it. Here, we have to use this early. Grab a 2K. This is definitely being a tough game, not being able to find the extra crocodiles here. I'm gonna go for another unblockable probably, which we will have to take. And I think that puts us on Shinobu. Ooh, I think they misclicked here. Don't think they intended for Shinobu to be the card they brought back. Yeah, they were probably going to do Momo into Shinobu. Yeah. They can still use it for a card draw if they wanted to get the card back out. Okay. Let's go with a 5 here. Let's just test the waters with this 5. Okay. Let's go with a 7 maybe. I think we're looking at this point for a... Okay. We're not going to be able to have a rusher. So we're going to have to do... He can be a block, but I think I need the... Not going to effectively be able to attack anything here. Minus... don't know. Get rid of that. Choose the other one. Unfortunate that we can't do that. And... yeah, we just have to pass here. We didn't find what we needed. A blocker would have been okay, but our opponent's going to get it this turn. 1K. We have to take this one. 12K with Nami wins it from here. Yeah, 12K with Nami. Alright, let's do one more. Alright, ooh, this is an interesting one. We have Blue Buggy. They have opted to go first. I think I will keep here. Seems like a pretty good thing. We have 2 1-drops in the early turns to try to sculpt what we're looking for. What do we find here? We have a blocker, and we'll pass. Next turn we do get to go Bonkley into the blocker, probably. Yep, definitely take 8s. We swing 5. Bonkley into, ooh, perfect. We get double finger here, which is going to be great at dealing with opponent's threats. Here comes their first time they're going to use their leader ability. Not having a second double finger is a little bit of a problem, but we have the Miss Valentine that we can use with Dasbones to still rest out something. 7k body that they're resting out is not what I want to see, but if the other card is manageable, then we can do that. Oh, they just play out that, which I don't care about really. A 5 here. I think it's correct to get him into the yard. Let's see here. Let's do a 5. And do we do a 7 as well? What else do we have in here? Nothing really. Mill 2, and then play out you, rest you. Sure, might as well swing at it. No, nothing else we're doing with it, and then we'll swing 8 here. This should take, yeah, that's our opponent. Sitting up there at 8 cards. We'll get to start freezing out their bodies though, which is not that great in this situation. 3 and 4 can't attack, that's fine. 6. Alright, so they'll have their blocker. Are they gonna go? Let's see where they aim this. You can't attack. 7 at 6. 7 at face, we definitely take that. We go 5 lead. 6 lead. 7 lead. Crocodile. We'll pick you. And pass. So on 9 Dawn, I'm expecting probably 1 leader activation and then use the 9 Dawn somewhere. We're definitely looking at some buggies coming next turn, so we need to keep that in mind. Luckily, we have multiple Crocs here, so we can make this work. Richi's definitely going to get used. They have this blocker here. A 6 at that. I'll give you a 1k. Alright, 5 lead. 6 lead. 7 lead. 10 lead. And then mill 2, trash, a bone clay, freeze this croc, and then place second croc. we can even use one of the vents here to grab that and pass to our opponent. Definitely a buggy coming down here. Maybe two buggies even. It could be two buggies. That would be several cards out of their hand, and we do still have another Croc. Yep, here's Buggy. I'm gonna do another one. Go down to 3 cards. Oh. It's another one. Alright. And then a 5 at lead with a 1. Okay, we go 5 at leader. We go 7 at leader. Yep, there we go. All right, wrapping up on this version of the deck. Definitely felt a lot less consistent than Yamato does. I think most of it being that you're a lot more reliant on filling your trash from your cheap cards here. You don't have a Kinemon, who is a great curve card to give you an extra turn to find your combo pieces. You're kind of on your go second curve really digging for the Bonclay early, which is unreliable. I think you just don't have enough ways of finding it on 4. And then your Miss All Sunday equivalent in that Hybrid Yamato is realistically a 6-Dawn play, making it cheaper to play out. So essentially you get 2 more turns to search for your All Sundays, and they come out a turn early. It'd be interesting if this deck revolved more around All Sunday than around Crocodile. And I wonder if some of the live action won't make that more possible, because then you would only need the first Crocodile, potentially, and then you can use the 5-drop Miss All Sunday from the live action set to get your second KO on it, which could be pretty interesting as a way of kind of churning through the deck. Otherwise, yeah, we faced a couple awkward matchups with those, especially when we had kind of the hands that didn't quite get there. When the deck was working, it was working. I'm actually considering cutting Patchwork at this point. I haven't. The times that it was usable felt much less common than the times that it wasn't. And the Luffy, while good, is also one of those plays to where if they out it, you've kind of time walked yourself in a little bit. For those who are familiar with the time walk card, you've given up a full turn to do not necessarily a lot in the context of the deck. So I wonder if there isn't a better card that we could just swap this with, and especially once the live action cards come out, I think that'll probably be good to maybe drop him from the list. So Miss All Sunday I think is going to be good. I don't know how many copies. 0 costume give this one less good, but it gives you more blocker options. Only having access to these 2 right now does kind of limit you on your blockers. This as another option for something to bring back with Bonclay, or I mean with Miss All Sunday. Which one? There she is. Could be quite useful, just because sometimes you don't find the babes and you haven't found the Bonclays yet. The Rush character, another good one here, kind of splitting the difference between this ability and this ability. I do think the Rush character is going to be useful, even if it's not attached to the rest, like this one is. This Crocodile I'm less sold on, but maybe just having a early play to kind of exert pressure. It is a very good earlier play, especially if you've already established some sort of stuff. This just being an 8K on 6 dawn turn, we've already seen in Yamato that that's a very effective threat at that price point. So I'm definitely interested in how these cards shake out, and we'll have to see when those come in. But that will do it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.